Good morning, my dear brothers and sisters. In our gospel today, we encounter the religious group called the Sadducees. And although we are familiar with them, this is the only time in Mark's gospel that the Sadducees appear. And their appearance is entirely characteristic of them. The Sadducees were not a large Jewish party, they were aristocratic and wealthy. They included most of the priests. The office of high priest was regularly held by a Sadducee. Being the wealthy and aristocratic party, they were not unnaturally collaborationists, for they wished to retain their comforts and their privileges. It was from them came those who were prepared to collaborate with the Romans in the government of the country. They differed very widely from the Pharisees in certain matters. First, they accepted only the written scriptures and attached more importance to the Pentateuch, the first five books of the Old Testament, than to all the rest. They did not accept the mass of oral law and tradition, the rules and regulations which were so dear to the Pharisees. It was written on the Mosaic law. It was on the written Mosaic law that they took their stand. Secondly, they did not believe in immortality nor in spirits and angels. They said that in the early books of the Bible, there was no evidence for immortality, and they did not accept it. So the Sadducees came to Jesus with a test question. And the question that the Sadducees asked may have presented an exaggerated case. With the story of the seven brothers, with the story of the seven brothers. But really, it was a question founded on a well-known Jewish law called the levirate marriage. And its regulations are actually laid down in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 25. If a group of brothers lived together, and if one of them died and left no issue, it was the duty of the next to take his brother's widow as wife and to raise up issue to his brother. Theoretically, this would go on and on so long as there were brothers left and so long as no child was born. When a child was born, the child was held to be the offspring of the original husband. The question of the Sadducees was simply, if there is a resurrection of the dead, whose wife is she when that resurrection comes? They thought that by asking Jesus that question, they rendered the idea of resurrection completely ridiculous. But what was wrong with the question? Well, the Sadducees made the mistake of creating heaven in the image of the earth. They thought that heaven would simply be a continuation of earth, that what we do on earth will just be the same as in heaven, that the parameters we have set for ourselves here on earth will be the same in heaven, just brought to perfection. But we do well to remember that St. Paul was right when he took the words of the prophet Isaiah. What no eye has seen, nor ear heard, nor the heart of man conceived, what God has prepared for those who love Him. The life of the heavenly places will be greater than any conception this life can supply. Amen.